welcome to TimesXP. Today we dive into a heartbreaking and complex issue that is often hidden from the headlines. Migrant death along the U.S Mexico border. This topic isn't just US issue, it has ripple effect globally, including in India, as more families across borders seek better opportunity and safety. So, let's break this down together and try to understand why these deaths happen and why some remains unrecorded, and most importantly, what it means for us all. Now, the US Mexico border holds a very grim title, the world's deadliest land migration route. Since 2014, at least 4,505 people have died or disappeared while attempting to cross the border. And this is not just about numbers, it's thousands of lives and families shattered. But here's the shocking part, even these numbers might not reflect the full truth. A recent study showed that many migrant deaths were unofficially recorded. And this means countless families are left in dark, not knowing the fate of their loved ones. Now let's shift our focus to the risks. Migrant crossing through the desert face extreme temperature, scorching heat of over 110 degrees Fahrenheit in summers and freezing cold in winter. A group called Desert Chaplains have been working tirelessly in the border areas of California, New Mexico, Texas, and Arizona. In last 4 years, they have rescued 362 people and found 183 bodies. But as their leader explains, many remains go undiscovered. Sometimes only bones are found, making identification through DNA almost impossible. Meanwhile, the smugglers often don't share the exact locations where the migrant died. And this is international to keep authorities from tracking their routes. It's heartbreaking to hear that Andrade and his team believe over 1,000 set of remains are still waiting to be discovered. Now here's where things get even more troubling. Between the year 2000 and 2002, Pima County in Arizona recorded 3,634 migrant deaths. But Border Patrol only recorded 3,069 deaths during the same period. That's a gap of 17%. Why the difference? Well, Border Patrol only count the deaths that they come across during their operation. If they don't find the remains or aren't informed, those deaths go uncounted. Now, this underreporting hides the truth scale of the crisis. Now, you might wonder, why does this connect to India? Well, as immigration becomes tough worldwide, more Indian families, including asylum seekers, are attempting dangerous crossing. In fact, Indian nationals almost rank top 3 groups crossing the US Mexico border. Many are fleeing prosecution, seeking for better life, or reuniting with their family. Now, for Indian family, the lack of accurate data is actually devastating. Imagine waiting for news about a loved one who took their risky journey and finding no record. It's a pain no family can ever endure. Let's look at what's driving these trends. Well, migration patterns have shifted. In the past, it was mostly young Mexican men crossing for work. Now, entire families are crossing various countries, including India, and that too risking everything to seek asylum. Stricter immigration policy forced migrants into more remote and dangerous routes. Areas like Organ Pipe National Monument and the Kabza Preta National Wildlife Refuge are now hotspot for the deaths. These routes have no phone signal, extreme weather, and little to no access to help. Policies like Title 42 implemented during COVID-19 pandemic increased the risk. Before Title 42, the average number of deaths in southern Arizona was 133 per year. During the policy's enforcement, this number jumped to 196 per year, a 48% increase. Another growing threat is organized crime. Smugglers, often under the control of cartel, exploits the migrant. Reports show that cartel are even forcing migrants to commit crimes. In Arizona, new state law have made things very hard for them. They criminalize undocumented migrants for actions like giving false information or overstaying. These laws discourage migrants for seeking help even in emergency. But you know what the real question is? What can be done? Some efforts are actually being made to address this crisis. For example, as I told you, Pima County recently opened a new 35,000 square foot forensic facility to process remains. It has specialized labs and autopsy stations to help identify the body. Groups like these are training themselves to better search for and recover remains. But even these efforts can't keep up with the scale of the crisis. Meanwhile, the experts say that better data collection is very crucial. Right now, no single agency tracks all migrant data comprehensively. Accurate records are the first step to understanding and solving the crisis. There's also a call for more humane immigration policy. When borders are closed off, migrants don't stop coming. They just take more dangerous paths. And that's what the governments need to understand. What do you think? Should government like the US focus more on creating safe, legal immigration pathway just to avoid these strategies? How should India respond to ensure that its citizens are safe abroad? Do share your views in the comment section below, and for more such interesting facts, do follow TimesXP.